Hey guys, is this video going to be pretty quick 'cause I'm recording if I just about to die, but let's go through with it. Is I'd just like to point out, did any of you see the Minnesota Seattle game? Like, that was amazing, and sort of like when the Minnesota kicker, sorry, as I'm not very good at names, so is when he like missed the kick at the end of the game to send Seattle out of the playoffs, and like thousands and millions of people were giving him hate online, and I think it was like I know it was a Detroit player. I think it was pretty sure it was on their defense. I think it might have been one of their defensive tackles was sort of like standing up for the Minnesota kicker and say sort of like, "Don't worry, you'll come back stronger. Like, no one's perfect." And sort of like said to all the haters, I'm gonna sort of like paraphrase this, but as he said, sort of like, if all your mistakes were broadcast live on TV in front of millions of people, then like they were giving you hate for it, how would you feel? And like, I don't support either team. Like, I support Dallas, but I thought that was a nice gesture. So let's get on to the divisional games now. And Denver at home to Pittsburgh. I'm going to say Denver to win that. I mean, I think they played it in their Week 17 game as well. They brought Peyton back in, but as they announced that Manning will start over Brock Osweiler in the playoffs. But as I think Denver should win that anyway. And then Kansas at New England. I'm going to say Kansas to win because New England, they weren't on a brilliant run of form towards the end of the season, and Kansas have been on an amazing run. Was it? I think it's like 11 wins now or something. On the trot, like they started awfully, but as they really pulled it together towards the end of the season. Well, I say towards the end of the season, like from probably just under halfway through season, as they've really pulled it together. So much you can say them to beat New England. So that's, I think, the AFC game in the championship. The AFC Championship game is going to be Denver, Kansas, which will be interesting. And then in the NFC, I'm going to say Seattle got lucky against Minnesota, to be fair. But I don't think they'll beat Carolina, so I think Carolina should go through to the championship game there. To be honest, I think they deserve it. I mean, Cam Newton's been amazing. And I think he should get MVP of the season, to be fair. Then Green Bay, Arizona. I'm going to say Arizona to win that, based again on the fact that Green Bay haven't been brilliant. They struggled towards the end of regular season, and I know anything can happen in playoffs, but you got to say sort of like it will have affected them. I mean, what was it? I think even up until last game of regular season, like in Week 17, they were still leading division and ended up losing it out to Minnesota. So it was like that must have affected them. So I'm going to say Arizona to win that. So that the NFC division, the NFC Championship game will be Carolina, Arizona, and the AFC will be Denver, Kansas. So that's this video, and check back next week where doing predictions for the championship game, and then I won't do Pro Bowl, but I'll do Super Bowl, and then that will be my final NFL video on this channel. Just because it's like I want to focus more on mental health stuff this year. So yeah, bye. See you in my next video. Bye.